Imagination takes it from there. Girls in cars. I love girls in cars. Girls in cars. Girls in cars.
You only learn the way you are inside when life gives you the test. Will you back down, turn and run, or stand up with the best? When your back's to the wall, what will your answer be? Will you run for the door? Will you run out on me like it's hard? It's no hold barred. Most people only know the easy way. They'll always close their eyes. Will you make the same excuses? Will you buy into their lies? What will you do? What are you going to say? Will you measure up? When people make it so hard, with no hold barred. You have to stand your ground when someone's standing in your way. You have to be a stronger man each and every day. I look at you and see what you've been through, and it's all because of me. Brother, you know you made me proud. You gave me something to believe. But it's my turn now. I won't let you down. Gonna make things right. Turn it all around. Love goes far. But it's no holds barred.
All right, good evening, wrestling fans. Mean Scheme here with you, and tonight we bring you the best of the AWA. Here is part of AWA All-Star Wrestling coming to you live from New Jersey. We'll be back with more. Stay with us. All right, wrestling fans, we're coming to you from beautiful New Jersey. We're here in Atlantic City on the boardwalk. And tonight we kick things off with the Destroyers as they will be challenging for the AWA World Tag Team Championship right here tonight. And joining me here in the broadcast booth, the one, the only, Jesse the Body Ventura. Tonight, Jesse, we were going to be seeing the biggest names here in the AWA.
Yeah, well, no doubt about it. Number one, we're getting right now a look at the tag team champions, and the title's going to be on the line. That's always special whenever a championship match takes place on television. But we're also going to see the World Heavyweight Champion in action. It'll be a non-title match, but still in all, to have the champion in a one-on-one match with anybody is always going to be a big night.
Absolutely no doubt about it. There are some debts to be settled. We saw what happened between Ray the Crippler Stevens and his longtime tag team partner, Nick Bockwinkel. And here come the World Tag Team Champions themselves, Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels, the Midnight Rockers.
Yeah, well, the pretty boys are making their entrance, and of course these fans all love them. I don't understand it myself. I'm not a big fan, but whatever, it doesn't really affect me. I'm just here to call it like it is.
Well, these men have really had a great year. And we all wonder what the future holds. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a blockbuster announcement coming later today. You don't want to miss this. As the 2K18 season winds down. Bell sounds action underway, and it is Shawn Michaels locking up with the Destroyer.
And you know which one that is offhand?
I believe that is Destroyer number 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, one of these days, one of you guys is going to let me know how you figure that out.
Well, one of them has a wristband or an elbow pad, I beg your pardon, and the other one does not.
So how do you know the same guy's putting on an elbow pad every day?
Well, I guess we don't, but you've got to figure somebody's number 1 and number 2, and
some sound strategy behind that, I've got to tell you.
Shawn Michaels now going at it with the Destroyer, and these two men back and forth. Michaels managing to escape at one point in time, and now look at his fighting his way out of it again. The Destroyer on the receiving end. Some big shots to the midsection. Now Shawn Michaels with a clothesline into the turnbuckle. These Midnight Rockers just have been extremely hot here in the AWA. Two-time tag team champions this year alone.
Yeah, they've had a very good year. I'm not going to take anything away from their success. Everybody knows that they've been very successful. But right now, they decide to put the tag team titles on the line, and they're coming off of a big loss.
Indeed, Bad Company a week ago, victorious over the Midnight Rockers. However, Pretty Boy Doug Summers and the Playboy Buddy Rose claim that they are the next in line. Well, we understand that a week from today, those two teams will meet to find out who, in fact, is the next in line for the tag team titles.
Well, I don't even understand why that has to happen because, again, Bad Company just pinned them clean in the ring a week ago. In my opinion, that means you're the number 1 contenders. I didn't see Playboy Buddy Rose and Doug Summers get one.
Oh, I don't recall them getting a win either, but at the same point in time, they did have a contract.
Well, some contract, all of a sudden they're not in the title match. Better get a better lawyer is all I can suggest.
Meantime, Marty Jannetty going to work on the Destroyer. Boy, he's really laying into it. Back elbow. Finding its mark. Jannetty now sending him into the turnbuckle. Shawn Michaels is there, and he goes for the double team. And the Destroyer dropping Marty Jannetty on the back of his head.
You know, let's keep something in mind. These Destroyers haven't had the worst season either. Matter of fact, they pulled off a big win in the not-too-distant past. And look at this. I believe there's a little bit of distension in the ranks right here. You see Destroyer number 1 out on the apron, and he didn't want to make the tag.
Well, it definitely seemed like there may have been some words taking place here. I'm not sure what that's all about. Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty, I had a chance to speak to them earlier tonight, and they said they're going to unleash a new move right here. We may be getting ready to see it right here. They call it the Record Breaker.
The Record Breaker?
The Record Breaker. Oh, there it is. My word. And just like that, the Midnight Rockers are victorious.
Well, not a whole lot of competition to be had here for them tonight, but I suppose it's a good warm-up match, and it also gets them back in their winning ways, so maybe psychologically that's a big move for them.
Look at this, would ya? My goodness. And Marty Jannetty making sure that Destroyer #1 not able to make the save. There they are, the AWA Tag Team Champions, the Midnight Rockers. Fans, we've got plenty more action still to come. Stay with us for more AWA All-Star Wrestling. All right, fans, we're back once again from the boardwalk here in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Entering, oh, wait a minute. Wait just a minute. Bob Backlund making his way to down the aisle to the ring, but he doesn't see what's coming from behind.
Well, perhaps Jerry Lawler doesn't want to wait for the bell, man. These two guys have not exactly seen eye to eye over the past several weeks.
Oh, Bob Backlund caught him at the corner of his eye, and now it is Backlund still wearing his jacket. And he's getting the advantage on Jerry Lawler.
Man, that was a devastating face-first plant into the concrete floor. The King better have a B plan because A went out the window.
I'd say it did. And now Bob Backlund again striking the head of Lawler into the guardrail.
Jerry Lawler hanging on to the back of his head. He may be concussed.
Fans, things are really getting to that boiling point here. There are so many feuds going on here in the AWA. For that matter, in the entire FWF. As the 2K18 season comes to a close. Nice go behind it now. The King, Jerry Lawler, with a reverse suplex, and Bob Backlund on the receiving end.
Wow, devastating punch by Jerry Lawler, and he thinks he's got Bob Backlund. Almost got the win, and Backlund never got out of his jacket yet.
Lawler has Backlund tied up in a corner. The early on ambush by Jerry Lawler has not paid off until just now.
Well, I don't know if you can blame this on the ambush because that backfired on him, and if anything, it cost him.
Big body slam now by the King. He is the reigning America's champion. He and Bob Backlund have been doing battle for many, many weeks now. Here's the Irish whip to the ropes he goes. And now Bob Backlund. Wall of maneuver.
Wow, very interesting move right there by Bob Backlund with that body scissor takedown.
That's one of those moves you don't see very often.
I don't know that I've ever seen it before. Bob Backlund, very intuitive.
Snapping the neck of Jerry Lawler. Bob Backlund. Former World Heavyweight Champion. Lawler, of course, a former World Heavyweight Champion as well.
Well, Jerry Lawler credits himself with the demise of the WCCW.
He tried to bring that same fate here to the AWA, and it didn't work out for him.
No, but it came very close to it.
Fans, we've got a blockbuster. Now, wait a minute, Bob Backlund just took out the referee.
Now, I hope that he gets disqualified for that.
It was inadvertent. He was trying to make it to the top rope. Referee was in the way.
It doesn't matter. You're not allowed to strike the official.
Oh, wait a minute. There it is. He's got it on him. The crossface chicken wing locked in, and Jerry Lawler is in trouble.
Well, this referee better be very lenient for Jerry.
It's over.
What?
Bob Backlund is victorious. What a huge victory.
You've got to be kidding me.
Bob Backlund beating the America's champion Jerry Lawler. You know that's not going to sit well with the King.
Of course not, nor should it. The referee gets knocked down, but there's no disqualification. You know very well that if Jerry Lawler would have done that, he would have been tossed.
Bob Backlund, there it is, that crossface chicken wing. We know it's devastating, but I thought Lawler might be able to reach back to the ropes.
I believe it was a chokehold. It looked to me like he got that arm down under the chin and across the esophagus.
Yeah, the referee was right there, and he didn't say it.
You know, the referee allowed him to knock him out, too, without calling nothing. You can't trust this referee. I think the fix was in.
Stay with us, fans. More AWA All-Star Wrestling coming your way. All right, fans, we are back. Atlantic City is the scene for AWA All-Star Wrestling. Oh, not again.
Well, we saw what happened a week ago. Ray the Crippler Stevens turned his back on Nick Bockwinkel.
Indeed he did. And now these two men, for the first time since, getting ready to go one-on-one. Nick Bockwinkel takes him down, has the side headlock. Here on the concrete floor, the bell has not sounded. Referee has not officially begun this match.
Well, I'll tell you right now, there's definitely bad blood. I've got to tell you, I'm a little bit surprised. I thought Bobby Heenan had the family better together than this.
All right, bell sounds, and the action is now officially underway. Nick Bockwinkel, the former AWA Heavyweight Champion of the World. And as much as I know he'd like to be back going after that title, right now his number one focus, I have to believe, is that man right there, Ray the Crippler Stevens.
Well, the Crippler didn't earn that name because he sells Girl Scout cookies on the weekends.
No, indeed he did not.
Ray Stevens will do anything to anybody, especially if a win or a loss is on the line.
Indeed, and we have seen him use that pile driver of his effectively many times over here in the AWA.
Oh, look at that right there, handful of face.
Raking the eyes of Nick Bockwinkel. And now going down low.
You call him in the boiler with that one. Ray Stevens not worried about bending and breaking the rules. That's one thing we know for sure. But then again, neither is Nick Bockwinkel. He's no goody two-shoes.
I don't think anybody will ever accuse Nick Bockwinkel of being a goody two-shoes. But he did not turn his back on his tag team partner.
Well, you know what? We weren't there. We weren't in the ring. We don't know what was maybe said before the match. There could have been some bad blood building up, and maybe Nick Bockwinkel had it coming. You don't know.
I just believe that those are things better left said behind closed doors. And Bob, look at this Bockwinkel.
He just split him wide open.
He hit him with a pile driver, stealing a page from Ray Stevens, and he manages to kick out somehow.
Ray the Crippler Stevens is in all kinds of trouble right now. The blood flowing down the forehead.
Sleeper hold. Nick Bockwinkel cinching it in deep. Will that be enough? We saw Bob Backlund with that chicken wing, and it got him the victory.
No.
Stevens with a jawbreaker, managing to break the sleeper hold just in the nick of time.
Well, I'll say one thing, with the blood flowing down, and it's really coming down heavy. That can affect the wrestler in one of two ways. You're either going to start to panic, or it's going to wire you up. And right now it looks like it is definitely working for Ray Stevens.
Stevens with that big spiking pile driver of his. Nick Bockwinkel shoulders down, he gets him up. Shoulder off the mat just in the nick of time.
Well, both of these men have had opportunities to win the match, and both of them have come up just short.
Boy, that wound on the head of Ray Stevens starting to get really nasty. Referee may want to step in and take a look at this one.
Well, he's getting a real close look right there, and he's decided to let it go.
Yeah, I got the distinct feeling that no matter who wins and who loses this match, there will be unsettled business between these two men.
No doubt in my mind. I don't think you can settle this in one night.
Oh, once again to the eyes, raking the eyes of Nick Bockwinkel.
Like I told you, Ray Stevens will do absolutely anything.
Big elbow. Over 250 pounds down into the chest of Nick Bockwinkel. Fans, we've got a blockbuster announcement coming your way here tonight. You won't want to miss. And now Nick Bockwinkel's going to do it again.
Both of these men relying on the pile driver, and why not? It's a finishing maneuver normally.
The blood flowing into the eyes now of Ray Stevens. It's going to be very difficult for him to defend himself if he can't even see. Oh, there it is. Bockwinkel with a sleeper hold locked up.
And he's in the corner now.
That's it.
He put him out.
Nick Bockwinkel victorious. And perhaps feeling some sense of accomplishment here.
Well, you might think about it as retribution. I don't know. But I'll tell you right now, these two men gave everything they had. You saw the pile drivers going back and forth in this one.
Indeed, but it would be the sleeper hold that would prove to be the determining factor. Nick Bockwinkel with the big victory here as part of the All-Star Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, stay with us here on the Nation Network, and we'll be right back with more. All right, fans, we are back in the ring, and this time, Stan the Lariat Hansen from... Well, wait a minute!
Everybody's trying to attack before the match begins, and Bam Bam Terry Gordy, the AWA television champion, is no different.
Gordy getting the first shot in on Stan Hansen. Two big, tough, strong men. The title not on the line here. But you'd better believe Bam Bam Terry Gordy has plans for Stan.
Well, right now, Bam Bam Terry Gordy is making the most of that quick attack, rubbing the face of the big man from Borger, Texas, right into the mat.
Oh, and he hangs him across the top rope.
When was the last time Stan the Lariat Hansen was manhandled like this?
I don't know that I've ever seen that happen. But if anybody can, it would be Bam Bam Terry Gordy. These two men both built very tough, very thick, both able to move very well for men of their size.
But we can't forget, though, Stan Hansen possesses that lethal weapon.
Indeed he does. The lariat, that clothesline that stops a man in his tracks. Stan Hansen planting him face first, and now Gordy eating the canvas. Snapmare takes him Fans, these final 3.5 weeks are going to be absolutely off the chain right here in the Nation Network. We're going to be bringing you a lot of live coverage here. You'll be wanting to pay close attention to your schedules.
Not only here, but even on the Twitch network.
Indeed. Gordy has him up with that pile driver. We're seeing a lot of that one tonight.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of mileage out of it because it's a very effective move. You're dropping a man straight down on his head, compressing the spine, and I'm telling you right now from firsthand experience, you don't want that to happen.
I'm going to just take your word for it.
Yeah, you'd have to. You'd be dead.
Television champion now starting to get the advantage back. Hansen sent across the ring, but does not hook the leg.
You're not going to pin him without hooking a leg. That's just basic common sense.
Now Terry Gordy addressing the ringside faithful.
I'll never understand, especially a guy as smart and experienced as Bam Bam Terry Gordy. Why in the world are you wasting your time with the morons at ringside? Focus on the man in the ring.
Well, right there was a close one, and Stan Hansen perhaps starting to question himself. Oh, wait a minute. I think Hansen's got... There it is!
He caught him with it right there.
He did indeed. The lariat. Oh, and look at this.
Wow, I don't know that I can remember seeing somebody kick out of the lariat.
Well, mark it on your calendar because it happened here tonight.
Well, it was stupid when Gordy did it, and I believe it is also stupid now that Hansen's doing it. You've got your man in trouble. Why do you give him time?
Well, at the same time, didn't you like to show off for the ringsiders?
Yeah, but I always knew I had the match well under control.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Hansen from a deadlift with near 300 pounds of Bam Bam Terry Gordy. Oh, Dragon Sleeper. This is absolutely grueling.
The torque he's putting on the head and the neck.
But Bam Bam Terry Gordy able to survive it.
The size of that big ham hock coming down on the head of Stan Hansen.
Cross body block. Back to what we were talking about early in the match. These are two big men, but they move much smaller.
Not the most convincing kick out I've ever seen.
And now, what is Gordy going to do here? Power bomb. He hooks the leg, gets two, and no.
Almost. And now Terry Bam Bam Gordy has words for the referee. He believes he should have had the 3 count.
I'm not so sure myself because I'll tell you what. Hansen very fortunate to still be gone in this one.
Some pretty controversial stuff here tonight from these officials.
Again, that deadlift, gut-wrench suplex. The power and the strength of Stan Hansen on display here. Went for the powerbomb of his own, but Terry Bam Bam Gordy turned things around.
Well, Gordy adjusted his body weight mid-move, and that gave him the advantage. But again, wasting his time with these idiots.
Gordy now hammered away on the head of Stan the Lariat Hansen. He's got him up. Another pile driver. Yes.
I don't know how much more this man can be asked to take.
He's got two, and he got him.
Well, big move and a very big win for Terry Bam Bam Gordy.
That's why he is the television champion. You have to wonder, attacking Stan Larry Hansen before the bell ever rang, how much of a role that may have played in the outcome of this one.
Well, it definitely gave him the upper hand early on. I don't know that you can blame the whole win on it, but you know what? I can't speak on behalf of Stan Hansen.
Look at the power bomb, the compression, and here it was. Well, it looks like he may have gotten that shoulder up. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because Bam Bam Terry Gordy victorious either way. Fans, when we come back, major announcement here regarding Life in the Nation Network. Stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, fans, we are back, and it is main event time. It will be a non-title match as we take a look at the former America's... You've got to be kidding me.
I'll tell you right now, I think the only guy who hasn't jumped somebody is I haven't jumped you yet, but maybe it's time.
I beg your pardon. Slaughter still has no idea what's going on behind him. Hennig trying to lay low.
Well, Slaughter better pay attention.
Well, he caught him that time. Kurt Hennig and Sergeant Slaughter so much for having any sort of a friendly competition here. Slaughter swinging a miss. And now the AWA champion with a neck breaker on the concrete floor.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Hennig really doing a number on Slaughter, but Slaughter paid him back.
Knee to the midsection and Slaughter in a forearm.
These two men really wasted no time at all. Hennig, I guess you got to call out the most for that.
Fans, we're going to try and get this thing in the ring if we can, and I guess we are now. Have we heard a bell yet?
I don't know what's going on. The referee doesn't seem to know what's going on.
Slaughter's getting the win. Wait a minute. What just happened?
I have no idea.